The news hit me like a wave, powerful and disorienting, leaving me grappling for balance. "We have seen the Lord," they said, their voices filled with a joy so palpable it was almost painful to witness. But I couldn't share in it. How could I? How could Jesus be alive? I had seen him die, the memory of his battered body, the sound of his last breath. It was seared into my mind. There was no coming back from that. At least, that's what I told myself. Doubt weighed heavily on me, not just in my mind, but in my very soul. I wanted to believe, truly I did, but hope felt dangerous, like an ember threatening to ignite a fire that could consume me if it turned out to be false. It wasn't that I thought the others were lying. Their conviction was real, undeniable, but I needed more. I needed proof, something tangible to bridge the gap between my reason and their faith. Unless I see the nail marks in his hands and put my finger where the nails were and put my hand into his side, I will not believe. The words came out harsh, more defiant than I intended, but beneath the defiance was fear, fear of being let down, of finding myself clinging to nothing but empty promises. The days that followed were torturous. While the others were filled with newfound purpose and joy, I felt like an outsider, locked in a prison of my own uncertainty. My thoughts churned endlessly. What if it's true? What if it's not? What if I've lost my chance to believe? And then it happened. We were gathered together, the door securely locked, when suddenly he was there, Jesus, standing among us. His presence as real and undeniable as the ground beneath my feet. My heart raced, disbelief and wonder colliding within me. His gaze settled on me, not with anger or disappointment, but with understanding. "Put your finger here," he said, holding out his hands, "the wound's plain for me to see. Reach out your hand and put it into my side. Stop doubting and believe." Tears filled my eyes as I hesitated, overwhelmed by the moment. Tentatively, I reached out and touched the scars, my fingers trembling as they met the evidence of his suffering and triumph. It was real. He was real. All my doubts, all my fears, they dissolved in the face of his presence. "My Lord and my God," I whispered, the words a confession, a declaration, a surrender. It was as though a veil had been lifted, and for the first time I saw him not just as the teacher and friend I had known, but as the risen Savior, the Son of God. Joy flooded through me, mingled with a deep sense of humility. I had demanded proof, and in his grace he had given it to me, but his next words stayed with me long after the moment passed. "Because you have seen me, you have believed. Blessed are those who have not seen and yet have believed." I carry those words with me even now. They remind me of his mercy in meeting me where I was, and of the faith that goes beyond sight, beyond touch. My doubts once defined me, but now they are part of my story, a story of grace, of transformation, of a Savior who turned my disbelief into unshakable faith.